directly jump into a recent incident that happened with Roshan. Quite interesting, but it must have been scary for him, where he kind of almost got arrested.
Not at all.
Um,
Why? Because they are doing this task. Because they are doing this task.
got arrested for recording a video in train, and how English saved him basically. So I mean, people might think like, what do you mean English saved his life? But as he's going to describe the incident, I think we're going to get to understand like how things happen, what exactly happened. And okay, Roshan, the mic is all yours.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and thank you, Niyati. Thank you for having me here. And guys,
Hmm.
don't travel without any ticket. And on top of that, stop carrying your cameras everywhere. So I'll just get directly into the story. What
Hmm.
happened that uh, recently a movie from one of my favorite directors was released, the director of Masan, and I wanted to watch that movie, Homebound. And that movie didn't get enough screens, even though it was from Dharma Production, it didn't get enough screens. So
Hmm.
in my town it wasn't released. So I thought, it's Sunday, and I woke up around 12 in the afternoon, and out of nowhere I watched a couple of reels, and I was so motivated that I told myself I need to watch this movie.
Hmm.
And like I got ready within 30 minutes, and I saw that train was like 30 minutes left. There was just 30
Hmm.
minutes left before the train started. So
Hmm.
somehow I managed to get on the station under 35 minutes, but the train was still there, so I got there
Hmm.
without any ticket. And I was just reading my book, and I because the part where I was traveling was is called Gorakhpur, so about 120 kilometers. So it usually takes 3 hours, so I was carrying my book and I thought I'll finish it here. And
Hmm.
and on and talking about the train was like 90% AC, so I
Hmm.
had no idea where I was. As I entered the AC compartment, I
Hmm.
realized that I had to stay in between like the seats. I couldn't go inside the train. So I stayed near the gate, and luckily there was a seat for the people who takes care of AC. So it was empty. I sat there, I was reading my book. Even a couple of TT passed, but they didn't say anything. So like 1 hour passed, I was reading this book, and I realized, you know what? I should record a vlog. I should talk
Hmm.
about this book and where I'm going right now. So I think I had planned for that. So my small tripod was with me. I put it near the gate and I started recording. And for 10, 15 minutes, I talked like whatever I could think of because it was
Hmm.
unplanned. I didn't know what to say. And a lot of people were passing, they were staring at me, who is this guy and why he's recording. And
Hmm.
I was almost done with the video, but I thought let's make something else. Let's talk about public speaking as like let's maximize this opportunity. And I was
Yeah.
trying to do that. Then two police officers came. I think they were especially for the train, and one of them passed. He didn't notice. The second one, he stopped and started looking at me, and I was like, I
Hmm.
was just smiling. I thought he will also pass,
Yeah.
but he asked me to stop that video. I did that, but when he said stop that video, he told me that why are you recording this? I said, sir, I was just talking about this book.
Hmm.
Then I knew what his next question would be. And that was the scary part. He asked me, show me your ticket. And I was
Hmm.
like, I don't have the ticket. And I wasn't lying, guys. I wasn't lying to him. But to him, I was just another guy who was lying
Hmm.
for not having a ticket. So
Yeah.
even though I was prepared to pay the fine, he asked me, let's go to the TT. And we went to the TT. They started asking me to pay 2,700 fine. So I was like, dude, I'm not paying this much for the movie and for the ticket,
Hmm.
2,700. But I knew I was guilty, so I stayed silent. I let them
Hmm.
talk. I wasn't talking back. So I told them, sir, I didn't. And one more thing, the police officer told me that you are not allowed to record vlogs in a train. And on top of that, you are traveling without a ticket. So I knew that I was guilty, so I didn't say anything. I didn't talk back. But I told them, I was just talking about this book. If you
Hmm.
don't believe me, you can watch the video and I can pay the fine, but not 2,700. I'll pay
Hmm.
the only ticket price. So they were like, then pay 1,100. So I was like, sir, I'm a student. How can I pay 1,100? How about I pay the price of general ticket? He was like,
Hmm.
dude, are you mad? They were angry. So
Hmm.
I stayed silent because I knew that it's my fault. I should have somehow got a ticket or arranged somehow, but I stayed silent, and I think that helped. And when I
Hmm.
told them that I was talking about this book, the book was in English. So maybe they thought, this guy is serious, he's not somebody with a camera and recording or creating some dangerous video in a train. So they let me
Hmm.
go. But the thing is that even though I was ready to pay the fine, but to pay 2,700, I was like, dude, I have to
Hmm.
get out of this situation. So they were nice enough. They didn't charge me 2,700. They asked me to pay some more money, but when I was not speaking, they told me, okay, now you can go. And they also asked me, where are you traveling? So I
Hmm.
told them that I'm going to Gorakhpur. And luckily, they didn't ask me, why are you traveling? If they had known that I was going to watch a movie, I don't think my book or English would have saved me. So yeah, that was the
Okay.
incident. It was like I told myself, next time, whatever happens, get a ticket. Otherwise, don't get into the train.
Hmm. Yeah, I personally have never traveled without a ticket, so I wouldn't know. But so, did they like at any point ask you about your YouTube channel? Like, why exactly are you recording a video? Or they just assumed you
Yeah,
must be having a
yes,
YouTube
yes, yes.
channel?
Yes, they knew that the police officer told them that he was saying everything in Hindi and like mixer
Hmm.
of Bhojpuri. He said कि पूरा setup लगा के record कर रहा था. He said something like that.
Hmm.
He was recording with the full setup. So I told
Hmm.
them, sir, like I create English related content, and I was just reviewing this video. And I was also and I did mention that I was trying to talk about the importance of public speaking. So maybe
Hmm.
the TT understood, but he again warned me that you are talking about public speaking without having a ticket. I was like, I wasn't lying. Honestly, I wasn't lying, but I don't think they would have believed me, and they didn't believe me. So of
Hmm.
course, even if I have to travel like 100 kilometers, I never go without any ticket because I know that like how much you are going to pay, like 50 rupees, maximum 100 rupees. So
Hmm.
that's not a big amount. So I always carry a ticket, but boy, I needed to watch that movie, and in excitement or to create content, I
Hmm.
forgot the risk that where I was and where I was recording it.
Hmm.
But they did ask about what I was recording and what kind of videos I make.
Hmm. So, like, basically, when this second police officer approached you, you kind of knew that it's done for. Like, did
Yeah,
did
yeah.
your life flash before your eyes? And
Not,
did he
no,
like? Did people also gather nearby? Like, what's going on
no,
over
no, no,
there?
no. Uh,
Hmm.
more than money, I was just scared of this thing, people gathering around me,
Yeah.
or if somebody would record, make a meme out of it. So I was more scared of
Hmm.
that. What if somebody is secretly recording me? कि यार he got caught while recording a
Hmm.
video in a train. So I was looking around कि कोई record तो नहीं कर रहा है, but luckily
Hmm.
nothing happened. Nobody was around me, and but I was see, even if you go and watch that video, I have mentioned that I'm traveling without a ticket. If any TT approaches me, I'm ready to pay the fine. But when the police approached me, I was like, dude, I'm done. He's going to ask for the ticket.
But you know what?
Hmm.
I think how English saved you is that when you are making a vlog in English, when you're carrying a book in English, basically reviewing it, like
Hmm.
English, they directly relate to educated person,
Yeah,
right? And so,
100%.
if it had been somebody else and creating
Hmm.
maybe a random Bhojpuri vlog, they might not have spared him because you
Yes.
seem like an educated student to them. Like, okay, just everything
Yeah.
about his content is in English. That English is
Hmm.
equal to education. So maybe we should just go easy on him and let him go. Also, the second thing was, I think, you staying silent and agreeing with them and accepting your fault,
Yes.
I think, because
Yeah.
when people speak back, well, I didn't do this because, well, I did this
Hmm.
because, so I think they might
Hmm.
get more angry with that. Have you ever
Yes.
been in
Yes.
a situation like this before, or this was the first time something this
This was
scary
the
happened?
first time, like
Okay.
traveling without a ticket. Like sometimes when I'm going for my exams, when I was like in
Mm,
college, and I had to travel like 100 kilometers every 6 months to appear in my
mm,
exams. So those days, like a lot of rush was there, so it was difficult to get even a ticket. So let's
mm,
say I'm 4 in the morning, there is a big line, students are getting tickets, so I would travel without a ticket. But
mm,
even back in the days, if TT asked, I always showed them my admit card. So they're like, yeah, he's a student, he's going for exams, let him go.
mm,
But this time, if they would find out that he is going to watch a movie, they
mm,
would have not spared me. But I think my book saved me, and of course,
yeah.
English was my savior, I guess.
Hmm. So if so you would have been honest if they would have asked like where are you traveling? So would you have said movie or would you have said something else?
I think if the situation, see, I feel like I'm very bad at lying. I can lie to my
Hmm.
mother, not my father. I can lie easily to my mother. But when it comes to lying to others, I don't know why I always tell the truth. It happens.
Hmm.
It just happens naturally. So, but at the same time, I think I knew that what if I'm going to get caught? So
Hmm.
one of my cousin was in Gorakhpur. He was admitted in hospital. So I had
Hmm.
his papers, like what papers? The doctor's paper, like
Yeah.
where he was admitted.
Prescription and
I had
everything.
prescription. Yes, that's the word.
Hmm.
Prescription. I had everything in my phone. So I would have tell them.
Hmm.
I would have told them that I would have mentioned that this is the part where I'm going. I'm going to visit my cousin. But yeah, I
Hmm.
wasn't going to tell them that I'm going to watch a movie.
Yes,
Hmm.
to basically sum up everything that happened with you, that train incident must
Hmm.
have been super scary. I mean, as
Hmm.
an audience, we might like enjoy it, but when it's happening, you also might enjoy it now, but when it was happening
Yes.
to you, it must have been super scary. So,
Yeah.
throughout this super scary incident, was there a point where you specifically realized, like, I think my English is coming in handy? All the effort I've put in, uh,
Hmm.
obviously I
Hmm,
make
hmm.
videos and everything, but now in the, the quote unquote real life situation that we talk about, that it will
Yeah.
help you in real life, the moment where you realize it's actually helping me in real life now. So was there any moment like that?
Yes, uh, once I got away from TT and police
Mm,
officer, I was thinking about this other incident. Like
mm,
about 6 or 7 years ago, I was traveling to another city in a
mm,
train. We were staying at a place and we were exploring the area. And where an incident happened, so I asked somebody to in English, something
mm,
in English, and they asked me, "Are you from Bihar?" In Hindi. They said, "Bihari ho kya?" So
mm,
that was like, I felt like, yeah, that is the end of the world. Why did I say it in English? But now I was thinking, it has paid it off. Whatever effort I have put over these years, it is now paying it off. And yeah, I
mm,
was grateful that, I'm creating something, and by creating something, I'm learning, and it is also
mm,
helping me financially and from a situation like this. So yeah,
mm,
that was a win-win situation for me that I got content. I got another funny story to share for my
mm.
audience, and I didn't tell this to my family, but
Okay.
yeah, like, but my friends were laughing. They were like, "Dude, ticket lege
Mm.
jaya karo." But yeah, English saved me 100%.
Hmm. So I think through from what we conclude from this is that basically in some way, obviously your attitude saved you, but your English also saved
Hmm.
you. So now you will have
Yes.
more confidence. God forbid you get into these kind of situations again. But if you
Yeah.
do, you will have this. I don't know if to call it a weapon or not, but yes, English is
Hmm.
your weapon now. So now you
Yeah.
know how to
And
face the situations. Yeah.
I get it what you were saying, but I'll also add here. I'm not a person who, if somebody is talking to me in Hindi, I'll not talk to them in English. So
Yeah.
if people, I this is a real life story. I used to
Hmm.
run with this guy. He's also good at English. So one
Hmm.
day he was caught. He was caught for license or something
Okay.
while driving. And it's very funny. And the police were the police were talking in Hindi and he started talking in English.
Hmm.
And one police officer was there. He said in true Bhojpuri कि बंद करवा इंग्लिश झाड़ने बंद करवा इंग्लिश
Hmm.
झाड़ा ले जा. He said like this.
Hmm.
And so that is also a case where you should not randomly talk to people in English, especially if you
Right.
have done something wrong. Like
Hmm.
I didn't have a ticket and I started talking to them in English. वो भगा देते
Hmm.
वहां से. So
Yes,
yeah, you also have to be
exactly.
mindful.
Yeah, that's the conclusion. Like when you do that, actually, if somebody is talking to you in Hindi or Bhojpuri and you start, especially a policeman, and you start talking to him in
Yeah.
English, he's actually going to get more offended. Like, so you're trying to be over smart here. Let's just
Yes.
definitely charge him with the fine. So,
Yeah.
what, like how English helped you is basically you having an English book and you making the vlog in English before he
Yes.
basically approached you, right? So that's what helped you.
Yes. Yes.
And then your humbleness
Hmm.
and then sticking to the language that you speak, which is Bhojpuri,
Yes.
that basically
Yeah.
helped you. So, yeah, this is
So
also
you have to
a conclusion. Hmm.
accept your mistakes. Don't try to like get it out of the situation, but you can figure it out because sometimes the police officers and TT are very cooperative. They are not going to fine you for no reason if they
Hmm.
see a situation which is not really bad. So I think you
Yeah.
have to be humble enough and uh, smart enough also.
Mm. Yeah. So basically, the conclusion is that yes, English comes in handy in real life. It is very useful. However, don't try to be over smart with that, because that
Yes,
can flip back the
it
situation onto you. Yeah.
100%,
And also buy a ticket.
100%.
Yeah. That's also,
You should never forget that.
yeah, never forget the tickets. Okay, so thank you, Roshan, for such an insightful conversation. I think this conversation was so much different from what we usually discuss, because what we discuss usually is learning English. But your example is going to show people how, like, okay, this is how English actually comes in handy, and they will get the
Hmm.
motivation to keep going and learn English. So, thank you again for being on the channel, and
Yeah,
I hope you have a great day ahead. Yeah,
you too. And thank you for having me here. And guys, to conclude it, we'll never travel without a ticket and do watch
yeah,
movies. It, yeah.
yes.
All right, guys.
Okay,
Bye
have a
bye.
great day.